Hey Fox, hello everyone. How are you all? Hope you all are doing great. Yeah, I can see around 8 to 10 people's here. Yeah, and I will request each and everyone like to share this YouTube link with your friends so that if they are interested, they can join us. Is my voice and video is clear now? Just let me know in the chats. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Hey Tushar, hey Kushi, hey Nidhi. Hello everyone. So this is the very first session of HackClub SSTC, and this is the first online session. Yeah, we have organized offline sessions in our colleges. So and hope you all are very excited. And this session is on like product management. And if you know anything about product management, then you can also share on the chats. And if you have any doubts regarding product management, or if you get any doubts in between the sessions, just feel free to ask your doubts and just drop your questions on the chat. Like, we will be more than happy to answer that. And today we have Jatin Pandya as our guest speaker, and who is going to tell you each and everything about product management. And he's also the DevRel and product manager at the company, and and many more things about. If you want to know many more things about Jatin, then he's going to tell you each and everything. And yeah, guys, hope you all are very excited, and I'm also like very like that's really great to see you all and see all of you like just texting on the chats. So yeah, Jatin, hello. Now the space is yours now.
Thank you so much, Ayan, and thank you so much for the great introduction. Uh, hey everyone, it's really amazing to meet you. Thank you so much, Hack Club SSTC, for inviting me, and it's always great to see people, organizing sessions on product management because, like organizing sessions on like engineering, designing, and whatnot is a very big norm, but people don't put efforts to know more about product management, even though it's a really firing field and it's more passionate and impactful field than anything that you know so far. So thank you so much for your efforts, and I just try to let people know about whatever I have learned in my journey, whatever I have done. So uh yeah, if yeah, I can just share my screen and we can put that. Awesome. So, hey, I hope that it is visible. Please let the comments going. I love actually interacting with people live and in the comments, no matter if it's a six people or 16 or 60 or 600 or 6,000, it's all about being passionate enough to know about it. And let's just get started. I guess I don't want to take much more of your time. So, let's talk product management, guys. You know First of all, I want to let you know that are you ready for it, because it's maybe gonna blow your mind. It's unlike something that if you have ever like heard or known, or it's something very unique. It's not very linear as designing. It's not very straightforward as developer, and it's not very complex as well. It's really easy to understand what we are talking about. And if you know this image is from a very popular movie of Hrithik Roshan, saying "Are you ready?" in a very like classical way. So you know, so let's just get started then. Awesome. So let's start with a little bit of introductions. So very frankly, I am Jatin. No sir, not Mr. Jatin, not Mr. Jatin Pandya, nothing. I am Jatin, and as you can see, everything is down. But the very first thing that you can see about me is I live with a purpose in life. My purpose is about advocating compassion in technology to not only building empathy but being compassionate enough so that everyone can come forward and help each other in a way that we need right now in the world. And because we know technology, for example, geo is everywhere right now, whether it's a village or a big city. You can always see people using technology. You can always see people using YouTube. So, I want to use technology to make everyone more compassionate enough, and that's my purpose in life. Why I am here, why I am the right person to tell you about product management. And so I am working as product management and DevRel, that is developer relations intern at the ad company or the ad sign. You can call it whatever you known as. If you have been active in the hackathon community, you can see this company pretty much in all the big hackathons, even in Hack This Fall meetups that have been going on right now by the amazing Hack This Fall community. A big shout out to Siddharth for that amazing thing. And I'm also the organizer of one of the big hackathons in the India region, that is Hack the League Hackathon. And I was just talking to Ayan, in the backstage about when the 2.0 is coming soon. So we are just completing the logistics, man. This is me. I have been doing product management as intern, as part time, as nano degree, as certification, as a project, whatever you call it, in experience for almost now 2.5 years now, because I'm doing it since my very second slash sophomore year. My very first internship as a computer science undergrad was as a product manager intern at a firm at Canada remotely. So and then I work with a few startups to know about what project management is, and how a pressure feels like to a PM. And there is no place to grow than a startup for a product manager. So yeah, that's a tip there. So if you wanna be connected with me after this session, not right now, please. I want you to see me as what I can do for you, what I can teach you right now. And then if you think it's definitely worthy, then do connect with me. My Twitter username is at jpandya26. Maybe by the end of the session, you will get the link in the chat as well. But let's just get started. So, product management, you know, this is so chaotic, right? This is so chaotic. What is this thing? This is literally everywhere. Engineering, user experience and product design, marketing, everything is there. So, what is product management? So it's actually nothing and everything. And that's the reality. So you are a product manager, you have a ownership of the product and management, along with strategically driving development, design and market. And what the hell does this mean? Like, why product management? We have never heard of a product manager. We have always heard of SDEs, SWEs, support engineers, marketing, sales, product designers, UI UX designers. Then who the hell are product managers? Come on. But maybe you don't know, but before all this amazing and inspiring people like Sundar Pichai sir and Satya Nadella sir, and I don't know whoever else you inspire from, but I get inspired from Satya Nadella a lot, and then Sundar Pichai. So all these CEOs, they became the CEOs of Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, respectively. And they all had a background, or spend a bit of their time either being a product manager. If you know Sundar Pichai, he was also there as product manager, VP of product management. And if you have seen Satya Nadella, he had this a big group of product managers, principal product managers, group product managers, to work on very very diverse group of Microsoft technologies. So yeah, we are there. So let me just slow things down for you, very slow. This is very chaotic. Let's just simplify it a bit. What is a very typical product process? Product is Instagram. Let's just say Instagram. I'm not going to confuse you. That is a product. Facebook is a product. WhatsApp is a product. Everything is a product. Even right now, you are watching it on YouTube. This is a product. You got it from WhatsApp or Twitter, right? Or in LinkedIn. Everything is a product. But what is a product process? What is a whole process about how it got into market? First, ting, you have an amazing idea, right? I am gonna build that. Next Forbes 30 under 30. What next? You do a bunch of things. You first of all do a lot of research. Is this the right problem to solve? Is this a mass problem, or is this just my problem? If this is a problem worth solving, how many of other folks are solving it? And if I can do it better than them. You drive a lot of UX researchers to research around things. You like designers to build a prototype for you. So then everything works out. Great. User experience is awesome. You have a good research, time to go to the market. Then you drive the solution. Work with designers and engineering leads to brainstorm about, okay, let's just do Instagram reels because TikTok is banned in India. We need to help people to show their talents, and let's just make this new feature like Instagram reels. Boom, the solution is here. Compare the TikTok feature into an Instagram, and now you call it reels. Then you start developing it. Work with engineers, testers, and QA people. Build, get feedback, break things, because we are developers. Only the gods can get zero errors in the first time. So if you're getting it in the first time, zero errors, seriously, to respect. But again, we work a lot to design and develop that thing. Once we are good to go, engineers push it, and then it goes to all the user researchers, designing people, marketing people. They roll it out, test it with alpha and beta testers, get feedback, reiterate. Everything works out. But big question for you: is there a one person who sees the whole thing? Like, if everything is going okay, you have a principal in your in your university or in your school whatsoever, right? Who is the head of the whole thing? Like, okay, every department is going on fine. My CS department is good, my mechanical is good, my chemical is good, my whatever is good. But you have HODs, head of departments as well. You need head of department to see, okay, section A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, thousand. If you're an engineering college in India, then there may be 1,000 crore sections. I don't know, but you have a HOD to see the things, and then you have the person to see the whole process. Boom, a product manager. Now I hope you can more relate to it. Here comes the product manager of Instagram Reels. Welcome. So this is what a product manager does. More simply, we have tech, the engineering. I know I'm not talking about, just DSA or code chef or anything. I'm just talking about tech in general. You do a lot of development, crazy awesome development. So, okay. And then you have UX, user experience research, user designing, Figma, Adobe XD, designing screens, designing product, everything. Then you have business. You gotta have business in your company. If you want to build something, if you want to make it grow, you should have business people. Okay, you know, there was this really great documentary on YouTube. You should see. It's about when Apple was invented. So the first time Steve Wozniak showed showed the whole prototype with a screen and a keyboard to Steve Jobs. Steve Wozniak typed, "How is it?" And Steve Jobs was shocked. And a minute later, he wrote on the keyboard that how much we can sell it for. And this is an actual part from that documentary, not a documentary, but more of a storytelling, but it is there, it's called Jobs versus Gates by American Geniuses or something like that. But can you see that Steve Wozniak was like, "Hey, I built this amazing tech with amazing experience." Steve Jobs was like, "How much we can sell it for?" It's amazing, but how? Steve Jobs was one of the best product managers in the history. Know how to sell, know how to design, and love the tech. And that's why we are here. If you are a product manager, you are simply here. You are where all this intersect with each other. You know the design, you know the tech, you are business part, you drive revenue from the products. You know what is the right design, you know what's the right tech, you know what's the right time to make a business out of it. And that's why you work so hard on it, you know. And okay, product manager. A product manager helps their team and a company, if it's a startup, ship the right product to their users. It's a very simple definition. And that's where I want to take a break of 2 minutes and ask everyone who is watching right now, am I being boring? Or do you have any questions that I can answer? Anything? Please show it in the comments. I want to really interact with you folks. I don't want to bore you out of the world. So I am looking at the comments. Anything that you wanna like ask to me, or if you can just write pretty directly if you think it's boring. I won't mind, believe me. I have attended a lot of lectures. I am from an engineering background, so I know. Okay, a little bit confusing, I guess. Okay, I am gonna simplify it. What's UX? Okay, I'm gonna talk about UX as well. Anything else? Any sort of confusion? Anything? Please feel free to share whatever you are feeling about it. Because if you ask questions, then you are already a product manager, because product managers ask a buttload of questions, about everything, and that's how they improve the thing. Okay, how does one become a product manager? Tushar, I think we are way ahead. I'm definitely going to tell you about the right resources and the right communities from where you can get opportunities. Okay, then please keep the questions totally loaded in the comments. I'm gonna see it in the right now. I have two screens, okay? So I'll try to simplify it first of all. Shall we go? Let's go. First of all, who is in the team of a startup? I'm gonna tell a startup because startups are easy to understand. You are a company. Who will be in your team if you are designing the whole thing? Designers, engineers, QA people for testing and all, if everything is good, documentation people to write the documentation stuff that is required. Without it, you're gonna have a lot of problem. But yeah, and then marketing people to roll out the product. Everything fine. Vaishnavi, is that like something? I hope that's understandable. Like this is what a team consists of, and now you have assigned colleagues from team members from like different teams. Sometimes if it's a very big company, you have people from different teams. But let's just stick to the our example. It's a very simple team. Who are you now? You are a product manager who have these team members and now wanna develop something, anything. Maybe like this is StreamYard. You are a StreamYard startup. You have these people with you. You wanna develop StreamYard. Let's go. Now, now let me tell you more easily about UX, that is design. UI UX, about little bit of other parts that may be confusing. So Vaishnavi, Lakshya, Tushar, if you think that it is helping, please let me know. If you think that this is not helping, also let me know. Let's start with the vision. I am a product manager. I have to do this four thing. This four things to drive right leadership or right product into the market. Let's start with the first one, vision. What can be the biggest vision example right now than Elon Musk? SpaceX. Think about it. So everyone has a vision. Everything starts with a vision. Like we know Microsoft's, aim, like to put a computer in every single home and everywhere. And now Microsoft is about empower each and every person on the planet. Like Google, to make all the information in the world universally accessible. Everything starts with a vision, right? Why you are doing engineering? You have a vision that you want to be an amazing innovator in the world. You want to make solutions that are gonna drive more and more goodness, more and more good in tech. Everyone has a vision, and vision is the very first part of being a product manager or even a founder of a company. You have to be someone with an amazing vision. Example, let me making it more simple. For example, I have a vision. I want to make a product that's gonna recommend the best mm, animes slash comic books slash mangas. It can be anything, slash cartoons, uh, to the people based on what they are watching on YouTube, maybe. So that's my vision, to help people to find out the right cartoons and feel their childhood again. Like I watch Naruto, I watch Scooby Doo, I watch Tom and Jerry too in my free time. Very frankly, again. So like I want an app that can just tell people that this are the some of the cartoons that you may like to help them feel their childhood again. Okay, I have this vision. Now it comes to the strategy. Okay, strategy, and strategy. You have a vision. Now, without a strategy, there is nothing. If you have a vision, you start designing a product directly or start developing it directly, it's definitely going to fail. You need a strategy. How to take it to the right people, you know, how to take it to the right users or the target users. For example, Jeff Bezos, Amazon started off as the book selling sort of a company, and now we all do DSF or something, right? If you know what I mean. We need a strategy. A product manager, after getting the right vision, should work on a strategy. Like, okay, so this, if this is a product, then this should be the strategy you're taking into the market. Like, for example, I am taking over this, and what is the strategy? Okay, what I can do is I can use the data analytics. I can target the people on Instagram who watch a lot of animes or Marvel or DC comics or related stuff, because they always love feeling their nostalgia, and their age group should be like 19, 20, 25, because they are at a place where they want to feel about their childhood but they are going adult. So right public for me. So yeah, there is the strategy. So that is my strategy, that I want to target this age group because they love cartoons but also getting older. So they would love to use my app to feel their childhood again. I have a market strategy. But strategy is something more specific. I'm just giving an example. I don't know how to market a cartoon app, to be honest. Now, the people who was asking about UX, design, and who is the biggest inspiration of design than Sir Steve Jobs? He has introduced a new zen of computing in this world. Seriously, he just he just had this all figured out in his brain. This is how a computer will look like. Design matters. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean and make it simple. If you have seen on YouTube and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, whatnot in the world, about how Steve Jobs was like, this is my pocket, and what is the use of this small pocket? Okay, and then there comes a small iPod. So that's a really great thing, making important things simpler, making bigger innovations simpler for the public, because people don't know how to use every single engineering product that you do. Not every single one is, every single user is an engineer. That's what something you got to understand. Design means everything. UX designing is a part of a bigger process, that is UI and UX. UI means user interface. That's what you design in Figma, Adobe XD, everything. A whole interface of how people come, like home page. home to login. Login with Google, my email ID, and then comes the main page where there will be all so many shows like Amazon and recommended product like and some sale that is going on. The way I experience your app, that is called user experience. My overall experience that you got to improve. If I am bugged, that is UI UX. Designing the product's interface, and designing my experience, developing my experience. We all hate apps that requires 10 things to do for one thing, when we know that it can be done by just giving one button for applying all the things. That's a pain point. What a user experience designer does or researcher does is to find out that pain point and solve it. Make a new design with a UI developer, or with a UI UX developer, then make a new design that solves that problem. And that's what a UI UX designer is. User interface combined with an amazing experience. And you got to make your app simpler. WhatsApp, if you write code on WhatsApp to send files, think about it. You need to write a code to send a media, for example, an image to your friend. Okay, honest question to everyone in the chat. If I say that on WhatsApp you need to write code to send an image to your friend, will you use WhatsApp so frequently? A very honest question. I want an honest answer. Okay, no, no, and no. Yep. So I have to think about my experience. I have to think about everyone's experience. I have to think about my co-founder's experience. I have to think about that person sitting 1,000 and 1,200 kilometers away from me using my app's experience. It should be very simple and easy to understand experience. Because if I don't use it, even though I am from an engineering background, even though most of you are from an engineering background, you don't use WhatsApp for writing code, then who will? Will a normal person will who doesn't know anything about coding? No. So design is an important aspect. And as a product manager, you gotta work a lot with designers. You have a vision, you have a strategy, but you gotta design a prototype, an initial version that shows how it will look like, how simple can it be, and then all the way to execution. Okay, now I don't have a slide for execution because execution is something very, very, very simple. Let me go back to the, okay, this is the execution because this is what execution looks like. After doing everything like, brainstorm with designers, have a good idea, make a strategy. You work with developers, testers, and Q&A people to pretty much now develop the whole thing up. You are a product manager. You not only seize the vision, work on experience, work on design, work on all the research, but you also oversee the whole development. All the beta alpha testing. You execute the plans, the strategy that you made in the start. So now take the product into market, work with marketing and sales people to drive the product into the market, into the target audience. Use the data that you got, like people are not using it, what they like, what they don't like. Take that data, iterate, and make a new version of it, shoot it out. You know how we get new versions. Like sometimes you're using Instagram and wow, Instagram's layout is changed. Sometimes you're using LinkedIn and wow, LinkedIn's colors are changed. You're using WhatsApp and suddenly wow, WhatsApp has WhatsApp status now. Always there is always an opportunity to use it. Now I don't use Snapchat though, but all I know is, I think Facebook has developed a lot of new image and look and feel. So you gotta always work, and that's what execution looks like. To execute the whole thing up from development to quality assurance to designing to marketing and sales and getting feedback, everything. And this four chess like structure is how organizations grow. And who does all these things? Maybe a founder. And that's why startups are the best place for product managers, because every founder who oversees this thing can be an amazing product manager in the future. And that's why the CEOs who run all these things for big companies, again, Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella sir, they had a background where they have interacted with product managers, so they're being a product manager because they understand that's the job of a product manager in the end. Now, okay, what is the right resource for me? Jatin, I understood. I understood all the, BBD and blabber that you are talking about. I understood what a product manager does. How can I get started, please? How can I learn about it? Because again, as I say, it's not as easy and it's not as a linear field like others. It's not complex, but hard to navigate if you don't have the right resource. There are a lot of paid resources, like that charges in lakhs. Again, it's your choice, but I have learned from the best. I have turned out to be the best, and I pretty much say that in the community, I think I'm one of the best PM aspirants or PM passionates, whatever you want to call me, you will find me because everything that I have done so far, the only money that I have investment is like, on the books. I love books. I love reading, and that's it. You know, what are the best resources, Jatin, where we can learn more about product management, but we don't want to spend well, like maybe $1,000 rupees. It's always okay to do spend $1,000 rupees. That's how you invest in a lot of shopping. I know. So before telling you about all these things, I want to go back to the chat and comments, and I want to ask, how do you guys feel about the session so far? Especially to Vaishnavi, Lakshya, Tushar. Tushar, your question about how to get opportunities will be in this one. But about others, Vaishnavi, Laksh, anything? Any confusion on UX? Any confusion on if it's still confusing? Everyone else, any questions? Anything that I can help you with? Please feel free to be true, and it's okay. Ayan is not gonna kill anyone here. Please feel free to share your thoughts here. I'm here to help you, not in like, I'm not here to like tell you like, hey, like my content, whatever the circumstances are. Interesting than I expected. This comment should definitely be on the screen for a second. I just ask organizers. Vaishnavi's comment should definitely be on screen because this is the initial reaction of so many people. Honestly, like interesting than I expected because that's what I get, and whenever I start teaching product management to people. Okay, then if you folks think that it's good, then Jatin, where we can learn it, where we can learn about product management, we got it. Product managers are awesome. We got it. There is a reason why people call product managers are mini CEOs of the product. Everything is good. Now what? Should we eat some pizza? Should we go to Starbucks? What should we do? Well, we have for you, like very luckily, after going through a lot of trash, I have found some of the best resources that help me to be that product manager that knows stuff, and I think this can definitely going to help you in so many ways. Now, I'll suggest, if you like books, if you like reading, these are the two books that I have read so far, and they have proven to be a 3000% hashtag Marvel reference, Tony Stark reference. So they are 3000% amazing, you know. Like I love them 3000 basically because they can teach you so much about being a product manager. And that's the beauty of it. Like, you can always know more about them, and the writers who wrote it, you can know more about what a product manager does in detail, the look and feel. So these are the two books. If you love books and reading, these two books should be really great. There are so many others. There are like a product manager's interview by Thomas Lewis and everything. And you can take a screenshot if you want of this thing. Then there are two YouTube channels that helped me crack the very first round of my Microsoft PM interview. I did an interview at a PM job for Microsoft Raymond, but in COVID it was all I think you can understand, COVID pretty much it was all in a bad way. But but yeah, so PM Diaz Granados, again, like one of the best people in the product community who is doing such an amazing work for everyone. So he has a whole playlist of product management foundation. He is a senior product manager at LinkedIn, and he was a product manager at Microsoft. So you can go to his YouTube channel and you can learn all about product management. But one of the important things about being a product manager is thinking, getting the product sense in your mind. That's what we call it, developing product sense. Exponent is a YouTube channel again, where there are mock interviews. You will find mock interviews, like real time interviews from product managers of Amazon, Microsoft, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Google, whatnot. And you can see how people interview for a PM role, what kind of questions gets asked in a PM role. And I think these two channels are enough to prepare you for a PM interview, because they help me pretty much clear so many of PM interviews, and they're amazing. And if you're from India who are listening this, and I know in India it's hard, because in India there is a big stereotype of MBA, IIM. If you're a bachelor's, no matter if you're experienced, Jatin, they are not hiring me, they're not even giving me opportunity. It's okay. Being a person at a startup, you can grow more as a PM than at a big company. That's what I have learned after all this. If you're a person at a startup, you know the whole thing by a heart. You can work with everywhere and you can be the right product manager. So it's okay. It's not about facing stereotype. It's about being brave enough and boom, breaking the stereotype. So for that, I have taken an initiative called as Passion for Product. So you can see my name there with Jatin Pandya. I am the host. So this is a podcast on Spotify. Why Spotify? Because I know that you all love Spotify, listening to music and all that, vibes. So this is a podcast on Spotify. This is specifically for everyone who wants to give up on product management, to let you know that it's all about never giving up. It's not about it's all about pursuing passion. It's all about finding the right roadways, roadmaps maybe to get into product management, the paths. So what not, so I basically host product managers from IBM, Microsoft, and one of the product 50. Product 50 is like the 50 best influencers in product management in the world. So I have one of the product 50 folks, Clement, the founder of Product Teacher, in the latest episode. And I release episodes every single Monday so that I can get the whole week to listen to it. It's all about helping you knowing what a product manager is, how they got into product management, how they cleared their interview, what helped them, what are the teachings they want to tell you to get started. So I do this for the community so that I can help anyone who is passionate in product management. So I hope that okay. So the link of the product podcast is already in the comments. Thank you so much. And you know uh, thank you so much, team. I think okay, so I would love if you can share my Twitter, because honestly guys, if you want to talk to me, I'm super active on Twitter. I may not be active on like LinkedIn, but let me share my Twitter to the organizers. They will give it to you. If you want to check out the podcast, you can check it out. Now come back to the topic, Jatin. And this is Tushar's main question, I guess. Like, how can we get opportunities, Jatin? Like, seriously, is like if you're a developer community member, if you're a developer, there is Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador, there is Amazon AWS community, there is Google Crowdsource Influencer community, and there is I don't know what else left. Hack Club communities. There are these hackathons, amazing hackathons like Hack This Fall and Hack On and Hack the League. You know, so and you have one with you right now. Hack Club SSTC doing this amazing session with me. What else you want? But if you're a product manager person, Jatin, I get it. What are the communities for me where I can get an internship, where I can get a job, where I can actually do networking, get connected with awesome product managers? Is there any, community for me? And I'm like, you have this. So product school and product birds, do go to their website and join their Slack communities. Their Slack has so much resources for you, has so many people sharing that they want to hire someone, they are hiring. There is a whole hashtag careers channel where you can know about that every single month. So many people are hiring for their growing startups and growing businesses. If you just share that you're a passionate about it. This is your work so far. This is what I have done so far. Even you don't have an internship, get a problem from a market that you think is worth solving. Try to solve it in your own way. Document everything. Document your thought process. Upload it on GitHub or somewhere, I don't know, Medium maybe, and share it to the person that this is what I think I can solve a product. Or just go to their product and say that this is my feedback and I want to be an intern. I want to be a full time. So go to the Slack. I'm telling is go to the Slack of Product School and Product Bots. I'm also there, and it has given me nothing but amazing experience so far. So go to their Slack, network with thousands and thousands of awesome product managers from big companies to small startups to growing startups in the world, and get the right opportunity for you. And this is the question and this is the answer at the same time. Community, both, opportunities in both. you know that's the answer to the biggest question. From where? Here. And there are some super awesome Twitter communities. If you know that Twitter has a feature called communities, so I have a community called Passion for Product on Twitter, where I share about all the opportunities and different podcasts and more references for everyone. Or there are other communities like the product community on Twitter. You can just join. It's amazing. you know so make sure you join it. It's full of resources, full of product managers, and Twitter is the best platform. I don't much like LinkedIn, but I love Twitter. I think there is a opportunity for Twitter, and I think if you want, you can just take screenshots, and if you want, then I can also share the slides maybe after the deck if you want. But I am not sure if everyone wants it or though. But yeah, if you have anything that you wanna ask me, okay, let me just stop sharing my screen, or it's okay, let this screen be. Let me go back to the main thing here. You know, okay. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to shoot it my way. You know my Twitter. My Twitter is already there. Do ask me everything that you want to ask me. And I tweet about product management a lot, sometimes a little shit posting and fun, maybe, that's part of everyone. But, you can always find me talking about product management. If you have anything to know about it, feel free to shoot it my way, and we're always good to go. And I hope that I haven't bored you though. I hardly touched like 44 minutes. That's crazy. I told you, I promised you, I'm not gonna take even an hour. And I think I did solve a lot of your queries, but if you wanna have more questions over it, if you wanna have more discussions, I'm always up for it, because it's what I'm passionate about, product management. So any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. I am checking the chat right now. Thank you so much, Kaushik. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much that you liked the session. And even if I can get one of you, even who is listening right now and everything, Vaishnavi, so what is the first step I should take to become a PM? Vaishnavi, the first step you should take to become a PM is to understand the product managers out there, to understand what product management foundation is. So I think if you have not gotten it, please take the screenshot of the resources that I have shared. Okay, here are the resources. Just give me a sec. Yeah, here. So, go to what I'll say is just go to, if you don't like reading, if you like videos or something, right? If you want something like right now, go to PM Diego Granidos, and there is a whole playlist about I guess product management get started or something like that foundation, and you can just start learning about what a product manager is, what a product manager does, and once you get a little idea, then research more around it, like take one of the books, start reading it. I say start with cracking the PM interview, although it says PM interview, but it is A to Z of everything what a PM means. So maybe if you know about PM first from YouTube, and if you like reading, then take the book in the meanwhile, when it arrives you can like learn more from it. So the first step is to understand bigger picture of being a PM. This is hardly 1% of what I do in daily basis. I work as a PM. I basically work with engineers. I work with other folks in the company. So I have a flat organization right now. So we have the liberty to work with everyone and anyone we want. So that's amazing, right? I know, thanks to the company. And I love basically what we do at that company or at sign. But that's what we do. And I work with everyone. I work on concept testing and everything. So that's what a product manager is. It has so many things, but I would love to get connected on Twitter and talk more about it. And I'll just stop my slideshow right now so that I can give it back to Ayan, else he will just kick me out. Thank you so much, Ayan. All yours now.
Yeah, that's really awesome session, and I personally also got a lot of insights about product management. So that's really an great session. And yeah, folks, like yeah, we can see a lot of folks are like have really enjoyed this session, and that's really what we want from our like audience. Yeah, so if you have any more doubts regarding the product management or anything like Jatin is also an DevRel there in the company. So you can also drop your questions right now, so that we can like reply you the answer because we have more yeah 5 minutes. Yeah, we can take 5 minutes more if you have any doubts. And I have also
If you're
shared
late,
LinkedIn.
then you will get in a recording, right? So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can just start the recording. Awesome.
Yeah, I have also shared the LinkedIn, Twitter, and podcast link of Jatin so that you can check it out and get connected as well. So,
Thank
yeah,
you
I
so
will
much,
recommend
Ayan.
you
And
get connected
I
on
would love
Twitter.
people to get connected me on Twitter though, because
Yeah,
I'm really active on Twitter. And thank you so much, Vaishnavi. Yes, Tushar. Like it depends. First of all, it's not like you need DSA for everything. People are not gonna say this is DSA. Get two questions, solve it, and be a product manager. Product manager is about actual problem solving mindset. So you sometimes they are like, hey, do you have a more idea about this concepts? I think it never hurts to get knowledge, but I will not say that I have encountered any PM interview so far that asked me two, three DSAK questions. So I would say knowledge never hurts. Please have knowledge of all the things in the world, but for product management, it never means just DSA or competitive programming courses. As I said, it's just like it's not about boiling the plate. It's about getting the best out of the plate. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. And then it's I think it's time for keynote. If you want to share any type of keynote to our audience, or yeah, then you can please go for it.
Uh, if I have to say anything, Ayan, it's about be passionate, be super passionate about whatever you do. You explore everything. You can explore everything. There is no one in this world born to say that do not explore. Explore UX, explore being an entrepreneur, explore design as a whole, explore development, be an amazing SDE and develop amazing things, and be a product manager and be the mini CEO of the product, drive impact. I was doing my project coding. I would just shut it down and I was like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to be sitting behind a cubicle, assuming that I'm making a difference in this world. I want to be at the center of the pitch. I want to be the batsman. I want to be the bowler and I want to be the pitcher. I want to be there in the center of the field. Take the technology to the right product, make the right product to the right people at the right time. Think about if we never had Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet in COVID, how would have been we alive so far? So that's why be passionate, super passionate about whatever you do. Never stop. You have amazing people to help you. If product management, then me. If DevRel, then you have Aditya Obroy, Siddharth, Karthik Rawat. If you know this amazing people in the community, you have everything. Product management. I always say that I know the best, but there are so many other people who has amazing experience. PM Diago, he is maybe the coolest ever because he has taught me so many things, in life as a PM. And be passionate. That's the one thing. Be so passionate, no one can stop you in the world. Thank you.
Yep, exactly. The point to be noted. Yeah, and one more thing, like if you have learned anything about product management, then you can also share it on the LinkedIn and Twitter, just tagging Jatin, HackClub SSTC, and yeah, and we have some exciting swags for you from the side of HackClub. So
I
Just
would
do
also
that.
love a tweet about if people like my session. So if they really like, I would love a tweet about it because I'm always nervous about, I'm a product manager, getting feedback is a part of my nature. So do give feedback even if it's a bad one.
Yep, yep, yep. No, it's really awesome. So from my side, it was great, really great session.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I think there is no more doubts from our audience, and I think we should end now. But before that, once again, thanks a lot to each and everyone, and also Jatin for coming here and just sharing space with us and just telling and sharing his experience and knowledge with our audience. That's really amazing, and like really hoping to host some more sessions in future to add some more value in to our audience.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I can see some people connecting on Twitter. Please hit me on Twitter if you like it. If you have questions over it, feel free to ask me anything. I would love to get connected. And, thank you so much, Ayan, for organizing this. As I said, very, very, very small people are organizing sessions on product management, even though it's needed. But, thank you so much for being the change maker in the community.
Yeah, yeah, that's really great to have you here with us. And yeah, so yeah, guys, so we are like just ending up and just follow not holiday hacks. Oh sorry, Hack Club SSTC in Twitter, LinkedIn, so that you can get more further updates about sessions, and also Jatin also, so that you can also get some the things like he's supposed to share a lot of things in his like Twitter account, and so I would recommend you to follow him on Twitter as well. So yeah, so thank you everyone. Now we are like, wrapping up this session. Okay,
Yeah.
so I am
Thank you
ending.
so much, everyone.
Yeah. Bye everyone.